Let's talk about it. Does the U.S. Supreme Court abide by the rules? Do they even have to abide by the rules? We're talking about this new code of ethic that's went out within the Supreme Court. We're going to talk about that. We also listen to a couple new albums, Meek Mill, Rick Ross. We also listened to Trippie Redd, and we watched a couple movies. We're going to talk about all that and a whole bunch more. That's coming up. You kicking it with KC, baby. Let's go. Yeah, man. Starting off with pop tops, popular topics that may or may not be talked about in the news. Yours truly, KCMC. This first and only topic, coming from apnews.com. The Supreme Court has adopted its first code of ethics amid criticism over undisclosed gifts and trips, especially concerning Justice Clarence Thomas, one of the only black members of the U.S. Supreme Court, by the way. That's another story. However, the code lacks enforceability, and compliance is left to individual justices. Criticism argued that the code seems more like a suggestion than a binding guideline. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse and other Democrats called for a mechanism to investigate violations, stating that an honor system has not worked in the past. Public trust in the court is at record lows, and a Democratic-backed ethics bill faces challenges in the Republican-controlled House and Senate, of course. It's a lot to break down with this, but essentially there has been members of the Supreme Court, specifically Clarence Thomas, who have been taking excessive gifts from different entities, rich people, corporations, getting vacations paid, etc., getting this mama house paid for, getting private school paid for a relative. This actually happened, according to records, by the way. So anyway, we're asking about the whole situation. Does the Supreme Court even have to abide by the rules? We want to talk about what the Supreme Court is. It's the highest judicial authority in the legal system in the United States. Primary role being to interpret the interpretation of laws and the Constitution. They protect the laws, make sure everything is fair and square amongst all states. They settle disputes within certain states, and if states have to go, interstate type of disputes and laws, and et cetera, et cetera. The Supreme Court usually handles that. They handle all appeals at the highest court. Now, why is it wrong that members of the Supreme Court take gifts from entities and corporations? It should make sense, but just in case you don't know, took some notes. Accepting gifts from rich donors by the Supreme Court justices is problematic because it raises concerns about potential biases and compromises in the judicial independence. Judges are expected to be impartial, making decisions solely based on the law and the facts of the specific case, by the way. If justices receive significant gifts from wealthy individuals, there's a risk that their judgment could be influenced by a sense of gratitude, undermining the public's trust in the judiciary system. AKA, imagine that you're going to court for something that you may be accused of. You're not even guilty of, but the other person that's accusing you on the other side of the court actually took the judge out for dinner at their favorite place and paid for their child's private school. Who do you think they're going to give the advantage to in the courtroom? You don't want the judge to be swayed by that. So we're saying Supreme Court justices allegedly are taking gifts, specifically Clarence Thomas, one of the black justices, and who's out here making certain sways and decisions based on this gratitude or whatever the case may be. It's not a good look whatsoever. My takeaway is I think we should be more alert of this. I ain't gonna say like we should be marching up and doing nothing, because as regular citizens, we really can't do nothing. You gotta impeach these niggas, for real. And that's a whole different level of things. So it goes down to the type of president that you elect and vote for, and then the senators and your local election and your states that you vote for, they have a say in who's actually officially voted in as the Supreme Court. But most of these people have been in since like the 80s. It's only like maybe I'll say half of them been voted in the last 20 years. But regardless of that, we got some old white people in there and 3 people of color, 2 of them being black man, black woman. I want to put some respect on their names, but it is what it is. They out here taking gifts. But would you, if you were a Supreme Court justice, would you take some type, allegedly, would you take certain vacations, and if they're offering to pay for your baby's private schooling and all that, you wouldn't take it? I don't know. Allegedly, it's not right. Allegedly, they're taking it. We don't know if it's actually true, but I think we should pay more attention to this in our Supreme Court because they make the highest decisions. That's all I want to say. Let's move forward, man. Let me know what you think, though. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show. 313-466-4386. Let's switch it up, man. Want to talk about music real quick, man. We getting in and out with this show. I listened to a couple different projects. This first one was Too Good to Be True. No pun intended. It was from Rick Ross and Meek Mill. Listen to this on YouTube Music, no endorsement. This was 17 tracks, 60 minutes. Straight hour. I like my projects to be between 30 minutes and 45 minutes. If it's less than 30, I don't think they really taking it serious as a project. If it's more than 45, we all getting bored. So I got kind of bored. Only 2 tracks stood out to me on this project. Only 2 tracks. 800 Carats. That was just a Rick Ross track. Maybe that's why I liked it. And then They Really Don't Love You. That beat was insane. That beat was insane. That was a hard track, pause. But them the only 2 that really stood out to me. The rest of these just seemed like they was just making stuff to just, come on, let's go. Or maybe they already had these in the tuck. The album cover looks cool, project cover. Other than that, man, this project, it was a waste of effort. I'm gonna say it. It was a waste of effort. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show 313-466-4386. I did listen to another project. I guess you want to call this the R&B side. This was from Trippie Redd, as a matter of fact. It's a project called St. Michael. Listen to this. This was 17 minutes. Real quick listen. 7 tracks, excuse me. And nothing stood out to nothing stood out to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a quick listen, so it was less than 30 minutes. So I feel like he just put 7 songs together and just put it out real quick. I don't think this was a legit project. It's an EP, by the way. So that means it's a little bit shorter than usual. But what I want to say is I usually enjoy a couple Trippie Redd songs every now and then, but nothing had replay value for me. It was one quick listen just to see what Trippie Redd sound was, see what he was on, and he wasn't really talking about nothing. I usually enjoy his vibe though. Sometimes he got a couple tracks that got a lot of replay value to me. So other than that, Trippie Redd, it was St. Michael. It was a quick project, 17 minutes. It is what it is. Let me know what you think. He didn't make that project for people like me anyway. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. My lips dry, man. We about to switch it up. Talk about movies we recently seen in Corn Stream, you know what I mean? Looking for some chapstick, bro. With some water. All right, anyway. We watched this movie. It's called Fingernails on Apple TV Plus. No endorsement, by the way. This was an hour 52 minutes. It was a romance. And I'm gonna be honest, just looking at the cover as a black man, I was like, I'm not about to like this. But it was an interesting concept. Anna and Ryan have found true love, and it's proven by a controversial new technology. There's just one problem, as Anna still isn't sure. Then she takes a position at a love testing institute and meets Amir, her co-worker. I'll just wrap it up like this. Essentially, we're at this new technology where you can determine a lot about your health through your fingernails. Even to the point they have technology where an institute is saying, if you let us take your entire fingernail off, we'll take it with the person that you're currently married to, with, and we'll see if you two are a perfect match or not. It comes out in percentages. 0%, nobody's in love with each other for real, for real. 50%, one of y'all in love with each other for real, one of y'all ain't. 100%, both of y'all really love each other genuinely. So a lot of people, they say it caused a whole different type of generation and wave of humans because of this. A lot of people were depressed and getting divorced, but nonetheless, this was a very, very interesting concept. The movie itself was garbage. I ain't gonna say garbage, but it was like, come on, bro. Come on. First and foremost, like I said in the description, this woman was so undecisive about who she wanted to be with. Just like most women, indecisive, don't know what they really, really want. At the end of the movie, she ended up being with her coworker, just literally left her boyfriend's house or their house, said, I'm about to go get some chicken noodle soup. Got some chicken noodle soup, took it to another man's house, her coworker, and then ended up sleeping with him and stayed there. That's how the movie ended. I like, hell no. So yeah, that part was super corny, bro. But the concept of being able to determine if you're really a match with someone based on like taking an entire fingernail, like you had to take the whole thing off. That was crazy. That was crazy. I like the concept. I guess you could say it's like science fiction a little bit too, romance. But I don't know. That's pretty much it. They say at the end, sometimes being in love is lonelier than being alone. That's what she said. Like, get your goofy ass out of here, man. But I recommend you watch it. You know, if you got Apple TV Plus, don't buy Apple TV Plus or get a subscription just to check it out. It ain't worth it like that. But anyway, if you have seen it, let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show 313-466-4386. I did watch another movie. This was a comedy right here. This is called Strays. We watched it on Peacock. Pause, no endorsement. This was an hour 33 minutes long. It's a comedy. You might have saw the preview. It's about dogs, and it was voiced by a couple actors, Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx, a couple other people. Abandoned on the mean city streets by his low-life owner, Doug, a naive but lovable dog named Reggie falls in with a fast-talking, foul-mouthed Boston Terrier and his gang of strays. Determined to seek revenge, Reggie and his new canine pals embark on an epic adventure to get him home and make Doug pay for his dirty deed. Okay, all that sounds cute, but let me tell you, this is a very vulgar movie. F-bombs about 50 times in the first 5 minutes on my mama. I'm trying not to exaggerate. I'll probably say between 30 and 50 times in the first 5 minutes, bro. 5 minutes, bro. Very vulgar. I thought I was gonna be able to watch this with my son. Nah, he had to go to sleep though. But I don't really have too much to say about it. It was just vulgar, and it's not for kids. It was barely for me. Dog. I didn't really get the humor. It might have been one or two times I giggled a little bit. Pause. Other than that, man, like, who did y'all make this movie for? Who did y'all make that movie for, bro? Anyway, Strays on Peacock. Waste of time, if you ask me. But let me know what you think. If you did see it, you might have loved that. You different from me. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. Let's switch it up and talk about sports, baby. I was about to say sex. Excuse me. Pause. Hey, let's get into it from the stands of a sports fan, man. We talking about NBA real quick, man. NBA season's just starting off, and truly right now they're going through the in-season tournament, on and off. I looked at the schedule. It's basically every Tuesday and Friday until like the beginning of December or something like that, or the end of November when they start the quarterfinals and semifinals. Who cares? Let me ask you this. Raise your hand if you give a damn about the in-season tournament. Is the setup interesting? Is the quarterfinals, finals, championship, trophy, the cup interesting to you? Because it's not to me. I don't care. Almost intentionally don't want to watch the in-season tournament. Let me know when the regular game's on. That's just me from the stands of a sports fan, man. That's how I'm speaking. Other than that, maybe. But anyway, moving on from the NBA. That's all I had to say, man. The NBA is doing the NBA stuff. We'll get into that when the NFL start to get a little bit more dry. Pause. Moving on to the NFL real quick. Do want to talk about Week 10 wrapping up. Broncos and Bills. Broncos end up getting a win. It's like 24 to something. I'm gonna get the official. But listen, it was a crazy game, bro. It's like 24 to 22. I'm gonna get that exact. 24 to 22. Denver got a strip fumble on the first play of the game. Josh Allen throws a tip pass into an interception in the first quarter. Russell Wilson got a crazy throw, touchdown catch in the second quarter. That was crazy, bro. He was under pressure in the fourth down too. It was crazy. Josh Allen threw an interception with 35 seconds left in the second quarter. He just looked bad. Broncos just turned that into a field goal. Bills end up tying in the third quarter. Broncos score but missed the field goal. The Bills tied it up, and they take a 1-point lead. Less than a minute, Russ throws a Hail Mary, gets a pass interference call. Broncos kick the field goal, missed it, but then they got a flag on the defense. Moved up 5 yards, kicked the field goal to win. Crazy game. Russell Wilson out there looking like Patrick Mahomes on my mama, dog. He was looking real good, Paul. He's looking real good, bro. Other than that, it was an interesting game that I don't think nobody anticipated the Bills losing. Everybody thought the Bills would for sure run over the Broncos, but the Broncos are 4-5 now. And they could possibly be a threat. I don't know what their division look like. Other than that, dog, that was a crazy game. That was a crazy way to end the week 10, man. So I think that was pretty much it in regards to sports, man. I think that's pretty much it. College basketball is underway right now. I don't have too much to talk about. That's just starting. It really gets exciting around March Madness. I'll announce a couple games here and there, specifically either the top ranked teams as the season goes through, I should say, or we just gonna keep it to Michigan and Michigan State, like how we does right there. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it as far as sports, man. So thinking out loud real quick. I really don't have no thinking out loud, if I'm being honest. Right now, I'm just sitting at the crib. Got a lot of stuff to handle, but trying not to fold. You know, got a family to really look out for and protect. So a lot of pressure right now. I'm at a time in my life where I'm under a lot of pressure, but it's only pressure if you allow it to be pressure, right? Trying not to allow it to be pressure. I'm just trying to let it slide off. You know what I'm saying? Do what I gotta do. Continue to move forward. Use it as motivation and fuel and fire. Other than that, man, everything can kick rocks. If you ain't coming to my door, taking me away from my family, or taking my family away from you, you ain't really no threat. And you really shouldn't be controlling the temperature to nobody. That's just me thinking out loud, man. That's just where I am right now. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. Hey, do me a favor, man. I need you to kick it with KCMC on all social media and kick it with KCMC on all social media. At KIWKCMC, that's the abbreviations. KIWKCMC for Kick It with KCMC on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all that. And show some love to my sponsors. Right now, got the Black Friday sale coming up. Team Elite. They on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram also with that premium urban-based athleisure wear at Team Elite 313 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. TEAMELITE 313. Check out their website, teamelite313.com. Ask your mom. They got everything you need right there. And use that code KIWKCMC for that discount, baby. Appreciate you for kicking with KCMC Tuesday night. Keeping the schedule going. We'll see you again on Thursday. But if you got this far in the video, hit that like button for me, please. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the alert so you know when we're going live. And also, that's all for the free ski. But if you got a couple dollars, donate to the show so we can grow. We appreciate that. That's the Cash App. Check out my singles, Juice and Hands and Knees. Everything is in the description. We got the links to all of our sources, cited our sources, all in the description. Other than that, man, appreciate you for kicking it. We out.